What's up, y'all? I'm Sable Danielle, human design coach and sound healer, and I'm here to talk about profile 5-1 for human design. So if you have a profile 5-1 or if a loved one is a profile 5-1, you'll want to tune into this video, so go get your notebook. Before we dive into the 5-1 profile, I wanted to talk about my Know Yourself, Love Yourself program, which is a workshop I have coming up on February 9th, and it's about healing shadows through human design. And it's a workshop where we'll talk about learning how to stop people pleasing and setting boundaries, learning to not live in victim mentality and to understand your emotions and be more responsive rather than reactive, and understanding how to make better decisions for yourself based off of who you were born and designed to be. So you don't want to miss that. It's free February 9th, and open enrollment for my Know Yourself, Love Yourself coaching program starts February 12th through the 16th with sign-up bonuses, money off, some free things, so you don't want to miss that as well. I only have open enrollment a couple times a year, so you can go to sabledanielle.com/knowyourself, for information on that, and you can sign up for the free workshop on Eventbrite, Sable Danielle. And then also, if you don't know your human design profile, go to sabledanielle.com/getmychart to put in your birth chart details, and you'll get your energy type, your profile, and all of, all that good stuff. And if you have any questions, you can book a consultation with me. Let's dive into this 5-1. So if you feel like people look to you for solutions and expect you to save the day very often, but you also crave like a deep sense of security through knowledge and preparation and just being prepared, 5-1 profile might be you, as that's the dynamic of 5-1. So it's a pretty powerful combination for leadership and building strong foundations. So let's talk about what profile is for a second. It just represents basically like your life's role and how you interact with people, and it has a strong impact on like your experiences and how you maneuver through those. So your profile is made up of 2 different lines, which could be either line 1 through 6 for either line. And there are 12 different types, but yours specifically is 5-1, which is made up of the 5th line, the line of the heretic, which is the natural born leader and problem solver. Oftentimes other people project their expectations onto you. And then there's the 1st line, the investigator, who likes to research and have all the detail. You seek security through doing research and gaining knowledge. Which also helps you build a strong foundation, and that makes you feel secure as well. So like key themes of profile 5-1, you balance your external projections of leadership, which comes from the 5th line, with the internal need for having knowledge and being prepared, which comes from the 1st line. And so becoming a trustworthy and impactful leader by mastering your passions through investigating and researching is basically who you are and what you represent. So as the heretic, line 5 is a person who is oftentimes projected on. Projection and leadership are key themes of line 5. The 5th line is very magnetic and just in general, like you have a very magnetic aura, which draws people to you, and it draws people to you in the way that they kind of expect you to like fix things for them or know it all or like help them or just kind of project their needs onto you. So oftentimes people either really love you because they feel like you can save the day and you have all this knowledge, they can learn from you, and you just have this great aura. And then sometimes it's the opposite, where people are drawn to you, but they don't necessarily feel good about you because they're projecting their needs onto you. And it's like either they're projecting their needs onto you and you're not fulfilling it because you don't even know about the projection technically, or it's just like they're projecting it onto you and misery loves company. So that's kind of part of line 5. Also, problem solving is a big part of line 5. You're known for providing practical solutions for people, especially during crisis. And you have a very large impact on the universe. So you're naturally positioned to like influence people and lead people in a broader scale, in a larger way. Maybe not necessarily individually one-on-one, even though I'm sure you can, but more than likely it'll be more in a grand scheme of things. Some strengths for line 5: you're very charismatic and you inspire others, and you're visionary and you excel in addressing a lot of complex challenges and issues, and you thrive as a leader who can create very impactful change. You might struggle with some challenges like always feeling pressured and having the weight of other people's projections and expectations onto you, which could lead to burnout and feeling like you're misunderstood. You also might risk being like the scapegoat for like people to find solutions and find answers, and then it might become problematic if you don't meet those expectations, and so that could be a challenge for you. And you might struggle with personal boundaries and external like demands. So if you are someone with a line 5 in your profile, you should clarify your expectations and communicate, set boundaries and communicate. Like, you don't always have to take on the roles of what people expect of you or are projecting onto you. And then also trust yourself. Recognize that not like every projection is yours to own and take responsibility of or fix or, just do. Okay, so line 1's crave security and stability by seeking knowledge and researching and understanding things, by learning. You're very curious, you're driven by your curiosity, and so you're naturally inquisitive. You like to ask questions. You're always looking to understand things, the whys, the hows, and all the background knowledge of things. You just want to know it all. And also you're very dependable. Once you've mastered something, people can rely on you to either share your knowledge about that and know that you know your shit that you're talking about, or that you can offer just like a lot of knowledge to them. And so you're very good at gathering information and researching and building a strong foundation based off of that. You're very reliable and resourceful, and you provide a lot of depth and stability to whatever you're working on. And you're also very disciplined and committed to mastering your craft. You might struggle with feeling insecure if you don't have all the details about something. You might feel slowed down if you feel like you don't know enough. You might feel stagnated if you don't feel like you know enough. You might feel like, hold back, or like you can't step into a role because you don't feel fully prepared or like you have all the details. And you might get stuck on over researching, which just delays you and could make you miss opportunities. And really that's fear-based, feeling like you don't know enough. So we don't want to live in fear. We don't want to base all of our decisions on fear. So 5-1 lines play a good dynamic together, and 5s provide visionary like leadership and problem solving abilities, while the first line researches and provides a strong foundation through investigating and being prepared. And some strengths that you might notice as a 5-1 profile: you're very charismatic and reliable, and you make others like trust you as a leader. Number 1, because they know that you have they feel like you have all the answers from your 5 line, but also they know that you're going to research and investigate and provide like all the details and have really in-depth knowledge about a certain topic. You like to master topics. So not only do they feel like you have all the answers, but they know you have all the answers because they know you like to research. You also excel in high pressure like situations by offering, well-researched solutions that you've already investigated, you've already like have all the details about in your minds, and you're naturally like in a position to make a significant impact because you have a lot of details and knowledge about information. So you're probably someone in a conversation who can just spit out a lot of details, provide a lot of things, information and knowledge that people might not have known, like really, really, really book smart. And maybe you like to, debate on certain topics or something just because you have that knowledge, like if you're in that type of energy. So that could be something for you. Some challenges are you face the projections of other people feeling and thinking like you have all the answers and that provides security for them. You might risk burning out trying to meet these expectations of people that are very unrealistic, and then you might delay yourself and miss opportunities by feeling like you need to over prepare, or that you don't have enough details, or you're just not prepared enough. In relationships, 5-1 people value people and partners who appreciate their need for knowledge and their need to kind of be in a leadership role. And they thrive in relationships where trust and communication and mutual respect are prioritized, because, we can't have two alphas always trying to be alphas and being leaders. That's not always going to work. We need to respect other people's boundaries, and we need to do that in an appropriate and respectful way, right? So communicating our needs and what we need and what we're willing to give, and understanding our other person's, our loved ones' needs, is going to make it a better situation for you. So communication is very much so key. So a question for reflection: how can you align your leadership style with your foundational strengths to make the most impact? And essentially that means you can use it however you want to use that question. But what popped into my head was just for like personal relationships. Like, if you always need to lead, how is that going to impact your relationships? What strengths will that bring to your relationships? But also, where can you tone that down sometimes, or where will it make the most impact? So that's pretty much what I have for line 5-1, or profile. I keep saying line and profile. Profiles are made up of 2 different lines, and the lines can be either 1 through 6. You are profile 5-1, made up of line 5 and line 1, who deals with a lot of projections, and you like to research and investigate. So that's who you are, that's your dynamic, that's what you have to find a balance between. You offer a very unique gift for people, but don't take on all that pressure. It's not your responsibility to fix everything just because you might know everything. But I'll catch y'all later. If you don't know your profile or your energy type, head to sabledanielle.com/getmychart, and you can put in your birth chart details. And then you can also go sign up for my free workshop, Know Yourself, Love Yourself, so you can really tap into your gifts, work through these shadows, and empower yourself authentically. So I'll catch y'all later.